You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you guys, we're not going to be putting out a normal video today of us being on the farm, doing construction, all this stuff that we normally have been doing. We want to dedicate this video to someone in our alternative living community. Her name is Lee, as some of you may have heard. And I don't know how to say this, honey.
You guys might remember her as Max and Lee. That's where she began. She traveled all across the world with her ex-boyfriend. And she then began her own venture, her own journey, started her own YouTube channel called Life with Lee. And last Friday, she ended up taking her own life. So
we want to dedicate this video to her. We want to kind of open up about some things. You guys see a big chunk of our lives, but one thing that we don't really talk a lot about is social media in a very personal way, and how it affected how it affects our life, how we deal with it, and the way that we've seen it affect the people around us.
yeah.
And I think Lee, what happened with Lee has hit Kaylee very hard, because of how relatable both of you were.
Yeah. Lee and I actually never met in person, but we kind of had a relationship, I guess, through Instagram. We spoke quite frequently on Instagram, and we related a lot on our journey with depression and anxiety, because it was something that I've dealt with on and off throughout my life, and it was something that she dealt with for the last few years. So because we were in the same community on social media, the van life community, we related on that level, but we also spoke openly together about our struggles and the things that helped us and how we got through certain times in our lives.
We obviously don't know all the details.
Right.
We've never physically been in her presence.
Right.
And the last communication you guys had was
It was
3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago.
It was about a month ago. A lot of times it was small talk, but every so often we'd talk about how are you doing? Like, how are you doing mentally? And from what it seemed like, she was doing okay.
The one thing that we do know is she struggled with social media and so many opinions from other people. We've seen her mention it as bullying when through negative comments or harsh criticism, and that's the only thing that we knew she really struggled with. And I'm sure it's much deeper than that, but that's something that we can relate with and that we wanted to talk just a little bit about today.
I think for anybody, putting yourself out there is hard, and with it, no matter what, comes criticism, comes negativity, and some more than others. We've definitely dealt with it on some level, and I can tell you from myself that it is not easy, and especially someone like Lee and someone like myself, I can understand how putting yourself out there and being an open book for people to criticize and just say whatever they want about you behind a screen could get her to a really dark place. I can get that. I can understand that.
I think first, just to talk about what happened in the last few days that we had, where there was a lot of regret, I know, from both of us. And I know the common thing is to say, it's not your fault, or it's nobody's fault. And at a point, we do feel like there was something that we could have done. And no matter what anyone really says, I'm gonna always feel that way, because we knew that she was experiencing a lot of negativity, and we knew that it was affecting her.
Yeah.
And we did nothing. we didn't say anything to her. We sat there. I remember the moment sitting in the bus and being like, wow, she's getting a lot of negativity pushed her way. And we never reached out.
I think probably a lot of you guys are maybe feeling the same way. And I mean, at this point, it's like the only thing that we can do is try to look at this and not allow history to repeat itself, and do everything in our power to not let this happen again.
And after this happened, it was hard for me not to go through in my mind all the times that I've seen this happen before, and other people in our space that were getting insane amount of negativity and hate put their way, and we didn't do anything. We never did anything for these people that were getting all this negativity and hate. And I feel terrible with that. I feel like a coward, because I think one of the biggest solutions for us to deal with this and to help us through moments where we're stuck in our own mind on so many people saying so many hurtful things, is to have people who can relate with that, and for people who can people who understand. I don't think our families don't really understand. Our friends from back home don't really understand. It's other people who make YouTube videos, Instagram videos, put their lives out there. It's even hard sometimes just to put it in words, but just having someone to relate with that can kind of understand what it feels like has helped a lot.
Right. This video, we felt a really strong urge to make, not only as a tribute to her, but to share with you guys some things that we do and have done in the past to help us with our mental health on social media. So for instance, Jordan and I stopped reading majority of our comments here on YouTube, and that was something we couldn't handle. We were getting criticism and negativity, and of course a lot of amazing comments as well, but those negative comments eat away at you and can affect you on levels that you may not even be aware of. So sometimes we go back to it and we have to reel ourselves in, because we notice that it's very negatively affecting us and our mental health.
I think something too that we don't want to say that this is the solution for everybody.
No.
These are just the things that have helped us. And I'm not saying we're experts in it at all. And there are many days when I'm crippled, and never mind days that Kaylee's had with having a long history with anxiety and depression. But and she can even attest to days where it's just things are just cycling through my mind over and over and over and over.
And it's obsessive. It is absolutely obsessive. And
it's hard to just be like, well, snap out of it. Don't think about that. It's not true. It doesn't, for me, it hasn't helped. Those points of feedback haven't helped. What it has helped is someone who can relate to how that feels.
And for us, removing those things away from our life.
And I think the thing that's really helped Kaylee the most, as you said, is stop reading the comments. The thing that's really helped me the most is surrounding ourselves with people who always have our backs 100% of the time, and removing many that didn't. Even people within our own community. We found it so important to have people to relate with that wanted to help one another, and not that wanted to compete with one another, or not that wanted to find moments to put each other down to make themselves look better. We've had to remove a lot of people from our lives because of that, for our own sanity, for our own well-being.
Right.
And now we kind of understand the importance of our friendships now. And if you're out there watching this wondering, what can I do? What should I do? Again, I'm just going to answer it for what we know is best. And if you see someone that's getting a huge push of negativity or hate through social media, having their back is the best thing that you can do. There's nothing better than seeing someone tell me I'm a terrible partner to Kaylee, and that I mean, I could go on, but seeing someone stand up for us, there's really nothing that feels better. And just having the backs of the people that you love, whether it's in the physical life or in the digital life, you know, having their backs helps a lot.
And I think it's really hard in this day and age, especially with everything being online and social media, you know, taking over our lives. Is we don't have as many face-to-face interactions with people. This is obviously a time where a lot of people are grieving, especially Lee's family and closest friends. And just the fact, like us and many other people I know who never met her, but obviously made a profound impact on their lives, are grieving. I can't even imagine what the family and her closest friends are going through.
So we just wanted to make this video. I think it's important for us to kind of dedicate this time that's usually full of our life to share someone else's life. We're not going to post a video on Tuesday. We're just taking some mental time, just taking some time to talk with our family and just laying low for a week. So you guys will see us next Saturday, and I think that's all we have to say.
We love you guys. We'll see you soon.